as an elite lifter and athlete, I was quite frustrated by the major supplement companies' focus on the bodybuilding market. Can you relate to that? If you're into CrossFit, weightlifting, or powerlifting like myself, or even sports that require strength and power, whether it be a football code, a baseball, basketball, sprinting, or anything that requires jumping, there's not much on the market that's specifically designed for athletes like you. Which is why when I was asked by Strongman Supps to help them develop the Pure Power pre-workout, I was happy to help and give my advice on the sorts of adaptogenic herbs and supplements that I'd been using to help boost my training performance and also my results in competition. If you want to know all about the ingredients that are in Pure Power and why they're in there, you can look down in the description of this video, and there's a link there to a blog article that I've done on the 7 key ingredients for a powerful natural pre-workout. So the detail of that is down in that description. I'm going to give you a very brief overview here, but if you want to know all about it, you can go to the link in the description. So, what is in Pure Power? One of the ingredients that is in Pure Power is Asian ginseng or Panax ginseng. Now, it's a very powerful adaptogen that helps the body with strength and stamina and deal with the stresses that are involved with heavy strength and power training. Now, studies have shown that a 1 gram of Asian ginseng taken over 6 weeks, which is quite a large dose, and you won't find that in many products, but we've got a full gram per serve of Asian ginseng in Pure Power. So if you take that 1 full gram over 6 weeks, then the study showed that it gave a 27% increase in chest strength and an 18% increase in leg strength. Now, those sort of results are actually incredibly significant, specifically for a herbal product. Now, you're not going to find that from many things on the market. Now, another powerful adaptogen that's in Pure Power is Rhodiola Rosea. Now, it's been shown to be able to boost exercise performance, but also increase mental focus and clarity, which is incredibly important when you're doing those really heavy lifts. In my opinion, it's mind over matter sometimes. The reason that someone my size, who's quite small, obviously not a big man, but can lift the weights that I can, is basically because I've trained my mind and my nervous system to, in that split second, lift an incredible amount of weight, which most people my size couldn't even dream of lifting. And you know, I've had plenty of people say to me over the years, like, I just can't comprehend how someone your size can actually lift that much weight off the ground. And a lot of it is to do with the mind-body connection and getting all of my nervous system and all the muscles just to fire at once in that split second. And yeah, it's not so much the size of your muscle, but the amount of energy that you can put through those muscles in a short period of time. That's actually what allows you to lift massive weights. And the third powerful adaptogen that is in Pure Power is Ginkgo Biloba. It's also awesome for improving that mental focus and clarity and increasing the energy to the body. The other thing that it's been shown to do is actually boost nitric oxide. So if you look at a lot of the products that are designed for bodybuilders, a lot of them have got nitric oxide boosters in there to help blood flow to the muscles. But ginseng has also shown to improve blood flow to the brain, which is why it helps a lot with that mental focus and clarity. And it, combined with the rhodiola, is what's going to give you that laser focus that you really need for heavy strength training and power sports. Pure Power has also got natural caffeine in it, and that comes from 2 sources. The first one is Guarana, which comes from the Guarana nut from Brazil. It has guaranine in it, which is chemically identical to caffeine, but the advantage that it has over normal just coffee or other sources of caffeine is that it has a much slower release rate, so you don't get those jitters all at the start, and you also have a longer lasting energy. You don't get that crash that you get from caffeine, and that's because the Guarana has a number of other compounds in it as well, which provide stimulation above just the caffeine and can also slow down the absorption rate. So in studies, they've shown that with caffeine from the coffee bean, you'll get a hit that might last for 35 to 40 minutes and then it crashes afterwards. Whereas with Guarana, you are still having lasting energy up to 150 minutes after it was first taken. So if you're after something that has lasting energy with no crash, then you want Guarana as your stimulant. So the other source of natural caffeine in Pure Power is from green tea. Now, green tea these days is considered a superfood. There's so many beneficial compounds in there that it's not funny. They're still trying to scratch the surface of what it can actually do for you. But the main reason it's in Pure Power is for its caffeine content. And green tea has also been shown to help speed up the burning of excess fat. So if you are an athlete that actually needs to jump, run, lift heavy weights and stay in weight divisions, then you don't want to be carrying excess fat around. So that's the other reason I've got it in Pure Power, because it can help burn off that. It's not the main purpose, but Because of that and all the other benefits that come from the other compounds that are in green tea, I've selected it as the other natural source of caffeine. Another natural ingredient that is in Pure Power is a sour cherry extract. And you won't find that in many pre-workout formulas, but the reason it's in Pure Power is for its ability to help your muscles recover faster and overcome the stress of intense strength training. And there was a study where the athletes were taking 480 milligrams for 10 days before intense strength training, and the results showed that it reduced muscle soreness, but also reduced your degradation in strength after training, and helped with the recovery. So, one of the very important things as part of a strength training program is actually your recovery. And if you don't give your muscles enough time to recover before you hit them again in the gym in the next training session, then you can end up going backwards rather than going forwards. So recovery is a key point, and maybe you might say, well, maybe it should be in a post-workout, but I think it's important to have that in the pre-workout supplement there, which is why it is in Pure Power. Now, another key ingredient that is in Pure Power is creatine monohydrate. Now, that's obviously not a herbal extract, but creatine is something that is naturally found in your muscles, and it's naturally found in meats. Creatine monohydrate was one of the first supplements that I ever took that actually significantly helped with my strength training. It was part of a double-blind trial at university, and most of the powerlifting club was in it, but you could tell, even though it was double-blind, you could tell within a couple of weeks who was actually taking the creatine and who wasn't. I went from being able to do 6 reps on a certain weight up to 8 reps in the 2 weeks' time, and I was already quite an elite lifter. I'd won the national junior championships in my weight division, plus best lifter over all weight divisions, so definitely wasn't a novice. And that was the biggest increase I'd ever had in 2 weeks since I first started. And obviously when you start you get rapid gains, but generally after that they start to taper off quite a bit. So creatine is one of the most well-researched and proven supplements that will boost your strength. We've got a full 5 grams of creatine monohydrate in Pure Power, so you're getting a full clinical dose. So if you haven't been taking that before, within a couple of weeks, you're really going to start noticing the improvements in strength and power from your training. The last ingredient in Pure Power is Beta-Alanine, which helps with muscular endurance. What it actually does is buffer hydrogen ions, which stops the build-up of acids in the muscles. Studies have shown that it helps best in the 1 to 4 minute range, so you can basically train harder and longer within that sort of time period. Now, the clinical dose for beta-alanine is about 6 grams per day, but you really don't want to take that much in one dose because it gives you tingles all over the skin. The optimal dose in one go is about 2 grams, which is what we've got in Pure Power. You'll still get some slight tingles there, depending on how long you've been taking it for. They can become less and less over time. But I actually quite like the tingles, and a lot of people do. They say, hey, I want to feel those tingles because it sort of gives you that feeling that it's kicked in and it's working straight away for you. So I don't mind it. Other people, when they first notice it, if it's the first time you ever take it, you might think, well, this is a bit of a strange feeling, but you get used to it after a while. So those are the ingredients that you can find in Pure Power. It comes in these 2 versions here. The raspberry limeade flavored version is naturally sweetened with stevia and some other fruit concentrates in there. You can mix that with about 8 to 10 ounces of water, and take that obviously about half an hour before a workout. We've got a totally unflavored, unsweetened version here, so it's just raw products. Tastes very bitter from all the herbs in there. I take that as a shot in a very small, about 1 ounce of water, or you can mix it with a bit of fruit juice, but still quite strong. The other thing I've found that it mixes quite well with is a ginger syrup. A bit of ginger syrup and some apple cider vinegar, and you get like a ginger cider flavored. So check these out, strongmansups.com, or you can also find it on Amazon. Search for Pure Power. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll keep you up to date with all the latest product releases and information to help you on your strength and power journey to become the best athlete that you can possibly be. Cheers.